Hello, hello, hello. Can anybody hear me? Trying to see if this live stream is actually working. So I want to talk also about a lot of things. How's everybody doing? Can you guys hear me? Is this actually working? Yay. Okay, let me say hey to everybody out there. There's several topics that I want to cover in tonight's live. I don't know when I'll be able to do another one. I'm going to be able to do videos and upload them in between live streams. I'm going to be more than likely having to do a schedule, you guys, from here on out. Probably like 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. When I'll have the assistant coming in to help me with the home health care. Whole lot going on. For specifics, due to privacy reasons and respect, I ask that you contact me privately, not publicly, and I'll be glad to give those. No problem to anybody. We are still asking for prayers. It's a long, hard road. Just let me say this. I have 2 family members currently receiving hospice care. One is palliative. One is hospice. There is a difference. Explanation that I'll, give, like I said, privately. I appreciate the respect and everything. There's a lot going on in my situation. Like I said previously, in less than 5 minutes, our 4 people's world was dramatically changed forever. So I just hope, and I'm thankful for those of you that are here that have stuck with me and stuck by me through this, and have remained strong and loyal, and I do appreciate that. Because I haven't been able to put out content and create. Doesn't mean I haven't been able to research, though, let me tell you. Like, why was the article on the boating accident and all the articles about Carly Trent updated the day after Summer went missing and within 7 days thereafter? You know what I mean? And I'll be glad to show y'all that, because update means there's new information. Edit is more accurate for what occurred, because there wasn't any new information added. Wasn't any new information. And I may jump around, and I do apologize for that. There's those of you who watched the video, no, Miss Katie hasn't yet. So hopefully it will come in the next day or so. Our snail mail is notoriously slow after Thanksgiving in this area. So I don't know how many of you guys that are in here, because we've got like 18, it says in here now. How many? I know it's really late, and I apologize, but I got to go live when I can. So, true story, Miss Katie. True story. I have to go live when I can. So replay crew is greatly appreciated, because I know that's where most people gonna have to jump in. I put out a video. If you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. I'll put a link in the community tab section. It's close to an hour. The first call that Smiley made to the district attorney office. Miss Katie, I'm going to add his stuff to the Amazon list. I just haven't had time. I saw that, Cherokee, and I'm actually going to pull up some information on that. Great information from you, which I knew the question when I asked it. I asked, in that video, I asked y'all to get back at me because of something Miss Becky said. First of all, give it up for Smiley, Sunshine of the Month. I'm going to continue Sunshine of the Month for the month of December, just because I turned them back on. September. So they should be working now. I don't know why they got turned off. I think she did. Tonight we're going to go over part 2 of that video at Miss Smiley's request, by the way. Just to let everybody know. I communicate with Smiley outside of YouTube as well. So she's kept up with what's going on with me personally and everything else. It should be opened up. Somebody go check and see if the comments are opened up on that video, because I don't know why they got turned off. It got demonetized instantly, by the way. Smiley did not claim it. It wasn't that reason. YouTube can't say that. Because I have full permission in multiple different formats. But anyways, that's not even here or there. Thank you, September. I appreciate it. Anyway, since I put that video out, she actually came out to me and said that she liked the commentary that I gave. Felt it gave a different perspective, and even asked me to do the same thing. Probably so, Miss K. Asked me to do the same thing on the second and third and fourth videos. So I'm going to do that. Tonight we're going to look at the second video. It's going to be the segment part 2. Still off? Okay. Let me go see if I can fix that while we're talking. Because I had to go anyway. That's going to be part 2. I wanted to talk about the Shanquella Robinson case. Simply because, let me say, it's here in North Carolina. There's a lot of areas in North Carolina that they're talking about. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Refresh. There's a lot of areas, the High Point. You can, on the video from earlier, that's what I thought. It's saying the comments are turned on. I don't know what's up with that. But I know it immediately. I don't know what's up with, but immediately that video got hit, demonetized. Okay, y'all are saying off. Let me go check again. I'm refreshing it right now. Let's see. See, I never turn comments off. It has to be YouTube doing it. See? Let's try again. Somebody go back and check again. Let's refresh once again. Okay, it's saying they're turned on again. This is the third time I've turned them on for that video. I don't know what's going on. Which YouTube may be trying to demonetize me because of my lack. Okay, check it just now. Just roll with it. I just now. I don't know. I don't know why they demonetized it. And the last couple videos I uploaded. Unless it's just because I haven't been doing my normal YouTube output. And they may be spanking me for it. YouTube doesn't give you time off. They take you out of the algorithm. It is on. Okay, I just turned it on again. Let's see how long that stays on. Okay. So, on the Shanquella Robinson case, I want to talk about that real quick because give me a 7 in the chat if you guys know about that case and have followed it at all. Because number one, there's a lot going on in these YouTube streets of people arguing back and forth and everything else about who was first and what's going on and all this in that case. And I have a quick breakdown and catch up that I would like to give folks. being from North Carolina, it's a case I've been following. And it has a lot of complexities that people are misunderstanding or not getting clarity on. This is not a U.S. case. So, okay, real quick, let me share screen, and I'll just show you a picture while I talk. I can figure out how. Okay, yep, share screen. Tab. Okay, this is one of the original articles that I'm going to show you guys that came out. And it's actually from a Winston-Salem news agency, which is the area of North Carolina that the family is from, okay? Then I want to show you WCNC, which is actually a PBS channel and a local news agency that put out an update. Okay. A few things. So this young lady you can see pictured here, and 6 other individuals, different degrees of friends. Some that she had known elementary days, some middle school, high school, college. One that classified himself as her best friend for the past 5 or 6 years. The parents are not together. Doesn't say if they've remarried or in other relationships or anything like that. They just reside in separate households. So you may get conflicting statements from parent to parent. Now, what I am going to tell you, this is an international case. This is a case where the crime occurred in another country that we don't have extradition treaties with. It's a case-by-case basis on extradition. We don't have a set agreement with Mexico unless something has changed since I was a practicing paralegal. Let me say that. This is not legal advice. This is my opinion based on what I know of case law. This was a successful young woman that was 25 years old. She lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. She went to school in Winston-Salem. She owned her own hair braiding business. She perfected a way to do things, to lay down the edges, to do the hair. You was snatched. She was well known. She was the queen of hair and hair braiding in that area. People, and trust me when I'm telling you, people where I live, friends that I consider family, went to Charlotte to get their hair done at her business. So I know that's not crap. What's up, Michelle? How you doing? That being said, let me explain. Time of death. It is case by case. Exactly, Cherokee. It's not like we have with certain countries that are involved in NATO, and it gets down to politics. That's the problem you're going to see here, you guys. Politics are going to play a huge part in this case eventually. We got 2 different governments. We have 2 different judicial systems, and both, unfortunately, because of the way this played out, both of them have to exercise the rights for their citizens. Bottom line. This was a crime at a tourist resort. She paid. She paid for the villa that was nearly 20 grand that they were staying in. She paid for the villa. Okay? I'm going to tell facts that have been established and verified by parents. There's a video out of an attack. due to the windows and the light that can be seen through them. An idiot wrapped in a moron it would take to say this happened at night. It was not at dusk. It looks like, well, I won't say it does. It was either sunrise or sunset by where the sun is laying on the horizon through the windows. Based on the fact that it looks like the young woman that was beaten to death that you see on the screen wasn't dressed. Her bed was disheveled and the attack took place in her bedroom. Based on that fact, and the fact that the attacker still had her hair bonnet on and was dressed in pajamas, it looks like it was the early morning hours when this attack took place. Or, late into the evening when you're drinking and you're partying and you've been clubbing, 4 a.m. Some people have laid down. Some people are not ready to lay down. And that kind of thing. The timeline is hinky. Things are getting lost in translation. Let me explain. So, I'm trying to think of a way to do the timeline. Long story short, these 6 people that were staying in this villa that she paid for, there was a fight. Definitely 3 individuals. They can guarantee 1 male, 1 female, videotaping both of each of those videotaping. 1 female attacking this young lady physically with a blow near the end of the video that's been released publicly that would explain the injuries that showed in the autopsy. People have said autopsy results in 1 day. Let me tell the story and then I'll explain the autopsy results in a day real quick. They eventually had to call for a doctor. It's like a concierge doctor. It's what we would call it here in the States. That concierge doctor's loyalty is to that villa and that resort. And murders there discourage tourists and they don't make money, in my opinion. Allegedly. That concierge doctor made a statement to what they call first responders, which would be like your beat cops, your lowest police officer. They basically assess the scene, give an oral report to what would be our detectives. And those detectives then come back and investigate. When the nurse/doctor or concierge solidified what the roommates, co-renters, co-vacationers stated, which was that it was alcohol poisoning, that she had drank too much and basically killed herself from it. When the medical professional gave that same information to those original first responders, which a lot of people are thinking, we got to remember, first responders in Mexico and first responders in the United States do not have to be the same thing. First responders in Mexico, when doing research and looking up, and literal translation is what you get by Google and some of these other translators. You don't get dialect. You don't get the differences in different areas. Like if you go to the U.S. and you say what's poppin' down south in the dirty South, that's words that mean you want to fight. You go maybe to North Dakota and that's like, hey partner, what's up? Different things mean different, the same words mean different things in different countries, as well as different areas of even our own country. And that has been the problem with translating some information that's coming out on this case. Now, the parents were active in seeking any media they could get. Nobody wanted to cover this case. There was a YouTuber. His name is Gerald. NC. I'm trying to think of it. Oh my God. And I had it in my head. He was the first person to come out with this. And he has been diligent in speaking with the family. And they've been really the persons that they have spoken to the most, other than the national media. So, long story short, there's another YouTuber called The Lead Attorney. Tisa Tells and Chronicle Speaks. All of them have been reporting that the girl that's seen attacking Shanquella has been arrested. Now, let me tell you what led to this so I can explain some things. When the first responders took the information, first of all, the other 6 people that were staying in the villa, they weren't scheduled to leave. They weren't scheduled to leave the next day. They weren't scheduled to leave for like 2 more days. I think this was like Saturday, and they were booked through Sunday at the villa, so they weren't leaving until like Monday. Also, the concierge doctor is going to be investigated as well as those 6 people. I'm jumping around and I'm trying to keep the story straight, and I do apologize. So the way it goes, the detectives came back to talk to those 6. Now, I've heard 2 different stories, and I haven't been able to verify either one. So I'm going to put it out there in that format to you guys. One story is that they got the hell up out of there as soon as the police left. The other story is that they went to a different hotel and stayed and then left to avoid more police questioning in Mexico and get back to the U.S. Either way, yes, they basically had just got there. They got there on Friday night. They were having the dinner that the chef cooked, where she talked to her mom, and she was going to hear from them Saturday. And that was the last time her mother ever talked to her, was that Friday night. And then by Saturday afternoon, she was dead. These 6 people went and sat down and broke bread at her mama's house, at her mama's kitchen table. Let's let that shit sink in. Even the bitch that we have video of putting her hands on her daughter. They took the luggage, the cell phone, and everything back and sat down at this girl's mama's table and ate her food, drank her drink after putting their hands on her damn well daughter. Now let's let that sink in for just a minute. Let's let that sink in. Because that there's some bullshit. Okay? So then the parents, when the body comes back and the autopsy comes out, and everybody's like, how can an autopsy come out the next day? Well, here's how. Y'all know there's preliminary autopsy results. I talked about it with Kylie Rodney's case. About it would be easy for a medical examiner or any doctor to be able to tell if there was water in the lungs or not. No, I don't know that it was planned. I'm not saying that, just roll with it. I'm just saying they got scared and they ran. Because if any of them had smarts, they knew to get the hell out that country. Because at least in the U.S., what's going down would be what went down. And I'll explain that. That being said, I don't necessarily think it was planned to unalive her. I think we got a Mean Girls situation possibly. But like I said in previous cases, there's preliminary autopsy results. And you're saying that this girl died of alcohol poisoning. But when she has, and I think it's called axio something, it says on that autopsy, and then separation of the vertebrae. Let me explain it to you. When you have internal decapitation above a certain vertebrae in your spine, that means you're paralyzed, okay? When your spine is broken, your spinal cord is separated, you are paralyzed. When you are paralyzed, September, I agree. When you are paralyzed above a certain vertebrae, you have to be intubated. You have to have a machine breathe for you. If you are paralyzed above your lungs and your spinal cord is, severed above where your lungs function, you don't breathe. You don't breathe, you don't get oxygen, you don't live. Her neck was separated, her spinal cord was separated in her neck. According to the autopsy, based on those injuries to her neck, which you don't even have to cut into somebody to be able to tell. She was alive, she was alert, until she quit breathing. And then these MFers, according to the one that arrived on Saturday afternoon allegedly, moved her from that bedroom to a game family room thing, dressed her, and then called the concierge doctor, who said they did 14 rounds of CPR, which is some bullshit. And any of y'all that have ever done first aid, that have ever been certified, that have ever been an RN or a CNA or an MD or a first responder or a med vet, any of that, every one of y'all know that 14 rounds of CPR is stupid. There's no doctor going to do that. We're not watching House here. We're not watching Chicago, whatever, or none of that. That's just not possible. Right, Cherokee. Not without a ventilation. It's not possible. And then it's still... Right, I agree. Just roll with it. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Michelle. And understand, there were no it wasn't paramedics. I'm saying it was first responders are not the same in Mexico as in the U.S. The concierge spoke to them. Now, there was one paramedic, allegedly, that came in and helped the doctor. And there's confusion in the timeline. But allegedly, they set her up. She was in a bathroom, whatever, off the room. They were going to go out party, whatever. A maid named Lucy came in. And they were going out the door. She went out to chase them and bring them back in. Which is why they quickly dressed her, took her downstairs, and called the concierge. Allegedly. Not proven. Doesn't really matter. That part doesn't really matter. It does when we get to the logistics of charges. It doesn't really matter for who done it and who's culpable. Once you participated in a cover-up, you are culpable. You are an accessory after the fact. But that's U.S. law. And understand, a trial in the U.S. and a trial in Mexico is two different things. A sentence in Mexico and a sentence is two different things. But also, if you're a U.S. citizen, once you get back on U.S. soil, you just change the game. Does anybody understand that part? And I'm going to explain it. You'll hear other YouTubers talking about red folder, red card, and Interpol, and that there's been an arrest and all that. That's where we come in with the loss of translation. First of all, does everybody know what NCIC is? because I'm going to use that to explain Interpol to you guys in a way. Scotland Yard is another national investigative agency for a country. MI5 or whatever. NCIC is a U.S. database. When you get pulled, they look for your name. They run you an NCIC for the states to see if you have any open U.S. warrants. Now, notice I'm saying United States warrants. NCIC. When you go through customs, when you go somewhere where you show your ID, that puts you through NCIC and that puts you through Interpol. Puts you through a lot of stuff. NSA, TSI, all these acronyms, whether you want to believe it or not. Everybody's on the watch list. I don't give a damn who you are. If you are on the grid, you're on the watch list. If you type something they didn't like on the internet at least 3 times within 4 months, you're on a watch list somewhere. That being said, Interpol is the international version of NCIC, for lack of a better way to explain it. Interpol doesn't have police officers or detectives that come out. They don't have military personnel. They're not like NATO. They don't have officers and such. It is a data bank that every country that participates puts information in when they have outstanding warrants and are looking to extradite somebody. Straight up. They're looking to extradite someone from one country to another. It's going to be an Interpol. That way, when you go to an airport, a train station, a bus terminal, especially international travel, it's going to pop. And you're going to be pulled into that little glass thing that TSA pulls you and you strip down to your drawers. And before you get further, they're going to pull you on to that back office. Thank you, September. Appreciate that. I don't know how to... Let me try something. I'm not used to StreamYard, y'all. Okay, got it. Here we go. Thank you, September. Always been a supporter and looking out. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now, that's still not a warrant in the U.S., right, you guys? So there's not an arrest warrant for the Dijon Mustard or the Winter girl or the Hyatt girl that sister died, that's a whole nother ball of wax, or any of the dudes. There's not an arrest warrant. So the FBI or the U.S. Marshals or, any other agency doesn't have an arrest warrant. What they have is an application for extradition to Mexico for this girl. Now, when you're in North Carolina or Texas and you're wanted in Ohio or Virginia or South Dakota or where the hell ever, if you're in one state and you're wanted in another, you get extradited state to state for your crimes. You can get a lawyer and you can fight extradition state to state. What do you think happens country to country? There's no arrest warrant. Where can you, let me ask you this. All the people that's saying that the reporter that's coming out and he said arrested, what if he said the word detained? Held for questioning, detained. So a decision can be made about extradition. What if it was worded that way instead of arrested? What if that's the lost in translation? Because in my opinion, that is. Based on my research and evidence. And I'm going to show you a video from a local news agency that's saying something different. But there's a reason I want to show it to you. And I'm going to pause because I'm going to make commentary. Because I want to show you where their wording and what I'm telling you actually fits together. And we're saying the same thing. They're just playing the safe role because they're, mainstream news media. I mean, you have investigative reporters. We don't have ABC News people and people on payroll for these news agencies in Baghdad and Saudi Arabia anymore. You have freelance reporters in different countries that are in the trenches. Now, it's not to say that Mr. Geraldo Zungaya, I'm not pronouncing it right, and y'all know I butcher some names. It's not to say that he's not being fed what to say by someone in the Mexican government. It is not to say that there wasn't some bribes and some hand washing and shit that went down that shouldn't have went down that allowed these people to get on a plane and come the fuck back here. It is to say that politics, and I'm telling y'all, mark my words, I want the family to be, if anybody knows them, reach out to them. It's not an exclusive. Put a bug in their ear. Get you a good ass lawyer. Get them outside of North Carolina. Get one that functions in Washington, D.C. and the Virginia, Quantico area. Get one that knows international law and practices international law. Get one that can represent your interest with the Secretary of State and make sure to apply pressure. Because another American pressuring for that American to be sent there for trial and justice can make a difference. Get those petitions up. Get that attorney. Get that paperwork filed. This is not going to be a quick process at all. I need people to understand that. Why? Why? Well, let me tell y'all why as best I can. They can do two things. She can fight extradition to Mexico. All of them can. Because I'm being told two of them's already squawking like some birds and singing. A female and a male. That's all I know at this point. I'm not calling names. I have my opinion. That being said, listen and listen well. The reason femicide is able to be charged, absolutely. Contact the U.S. Embassy in Mexico. Contact your U.S. ambassador to Mexico. Contact your governor, your congressman, and your senator. You want them on your side. I want to know where's Black Lives Matter? Where's that at? Where have they been? You know? Exactly. And Michelle, that's what we don't want to see is another Natalie Holloway. And I don't think her parents are going to accept that. I don't think they're going to accept that. Now, let's say the Dijon girl, whatever, that's seen getting physical with Shanquella has been, quote unquote, detained by the FBI for questioning concerning what Mexico has put in the Interpol database and that asking for extradition. Okay? Now, she has a right to fight that extradition, and she'll probably lose because it's too high profile. No matter what people try to say, this case has become high profile. It's not going to be let go. It's international. All over the world, people are watching this case. Do not let it die. Do not let her face die. Do not let her name stay out of the voices of whatever media you have to go to. Keep it classy and sassy, like y'all been doing. But don't let people forget this case. Number one. Number two, she can petition to be tried in the U.S. instead of Mexico. She got a minimum of 20 years that she can't negotiate down for femicide conviction. And allegedly, Allegedly, they feel it's a slam dunk if they can get her in Mexico. Allegedly. And everybody keeps asking, what is femicide? Sorry. Today's the first day I've kept down solid food for 2 days, but we don't even want to discuss that with everything else going on. Anyway, femicide, a real quick explanation of that and what's going on, okay? Femicide, there's a problem in Mexico with women being attacked just because they're women and not being investigated or adjudicated. There's new laws, there's a new government in place, new legal system, and it's changed some things. One of which is the femicide. It is any violent attack on a female by someone who has, it's not an intimate, that's not the right word, who has like a long-term relationship with the person, okay? I agree, Michelle. Like they were friends, they knew each other before they went there. That qualifies it for femicide. Then it was, if y'all have not seen the video, I will not be showing any of it here. I don't care. It may be some in that WCNC news reel, and I hope not. I think they blurred most of it out. This was an attack, pure and simple. She never once swung back. She didn't defend herself. At all. At all. This girl was woken. It looks like she was woken up out of a deep sleep. She was bug naked and beaten to death. And then they continued to have a good time and party and roll out. That's a monster. Monsters. I don't know about y'all. I got none for mugs like that. There's no place in my world for somebody like that. Don't waste my tax dollars. Send their asses on to Mexico. That's where you took your ass to do the crime. That's where you should go to do the time. Don't want to do 20 to 50 years? Don't take your ass there, because then there's aggravating factors that they look at. The pure aggressiveness, the violence, the fact that it was videotaped and she was naked. And then it was broadcast. All of those can add years. But if she sings, she can get some of them years off. I think everyone that participated, everyone that had anything to do with it, anybody that was there, that saw, that heard, that thought they heard, that didn't walk in to stop and to do anything, you're just as guilty as the one that put hands on. In my opinion. This is a 25-year-old woman that never had a child, that was successful in building a possible generational empire for her family. That all I can tell you is it looked like some busters was hating on her. Because they wasn't her. And took her life. Like her father said, he'll never have a grandchild. That was his only child. He'll never have a grandchild. He'll never walk his daughter down the aisle. He'll never do any of that. And I'm going to show y'all that I'm talking about. Let's see. Let's see. Because this is how mainstream media is talking crap. The credit card part, the father and mother have said it wasn't true on the credit card part. Now, whether that's true or not, that's why I didn't really touch on that. But that's going to be looked into. I don't think the parents know that yet. I don't think they've been able to access the credit card statement. Because what I heard was said by the parents was, we haven't been told that. We haven't verified that. I know it's alleged that the father has a statement in the prosecutor's file establishing that they went there together and knew each other before the trip. But the father has stated that nobody has talked to him or interviewed him other than media. I don't know if he's being asked to be quiet and he's doing that or not. But again, the video that's been all over the internet, which there's more of that wasn't released to the public, by the way. We saw, I think, like 5 to 7 minutes. And allegedly there's like 20 some minutes. So there's a lot more to the video than what we have seen. And allegedly, the prosecutors and the authorities in Mexico have the entire thing. This is a news outlet, WCNC. It's right here out of North Carolina. And I want to play because they're talking about they go over the news media, even the outlet that the guy you've seen all over YouTube, the Geraldo, you've seen him a lot on the lead attorney, Tisa Tells, down the Rabbit Hole News. All of them have had him on there interviewing him. I'm not saying he's not right. When I've seen some information from a media consultant specialist, what I understand is in foreign countries, there are foreign journalists that are freelance journalists. They're called investigative journalists. They don't go through the same accreditation and scrutiny that journalists in the States go through. Doesn't mean that their information isn't factual and reliable. He is getting information from here, there, and everywhere and piecing it together, just like we do as YouTubers. Might he know something that the parents here in North Carolina don't know? Abso-freaking-lutely. You know why? Because he's actually in Mexico. He is actually Hispanic. And certain stuff due to their laws is not supposed to be released. No, not like JLR. Katie, you gonna make me crack up. I take the fifth. As Dave Chappelle said, the fifth. Well, now the lead attorney is a lawyer. I don't know about Geraldo. I'm not sure. I don't want to say one way or the other, Michelle. I've not seen that part. If y'all don't know who the lead attorney is, make sure y'all check him out. Tell him Nita's World sent you. That's my dude. I've been since Emily Baker days. I've been watching him. And I've been with Emily Baker since she was at 36,000 subs. Love them. He is retired. Who needs to shut their whole mouth, Katie? What the hell? Y'all cracking me up. I can't take it right now. I need a laugh. I missed all you guys so much. I need this outlet so bad right now. By the way, before I play this, before I say anything, anybody that would like to help support the channel, honestly, I need more than ever right now. Who's got 500 subs? Oh, you talking about the lead attorney? Yeah. Oh, Emily Baker? Yeah. Love her. She lives in Middle Tennessee right now, actually. She's originally from California. I'll get off subject. But anyway, love her. She's freaking awesome. She's not afraid to be different. I think. I've even know her from TED Talks days. So anyway, anybody that would like to help support the channel, if my mods, I don't have a way to put it up here in the what you call it box. There's the Cash Appy things and the thumbs up and the YouTube, the Facebook and emails and all that. And oh, love him. He is so funny. He's like me, a little snarky. Katie, I can't fuck with you. Ricada Low, yeah. Katie, will they fit straight? That's the question. Or will they be a little bit left of center? Like the wear. Like I said, anybody that would like to support, hit the Cash App, the PayPal links. We'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to play this video. I'm going to pause it. Hopefully, WCNC News is not going to smash me. Right out of Charlotte, less than 2 hours from where I'm at. Like, if y'all knew where I lived, it's actually closer for me to get to the Wells residence than it is to Charlotte, North Carolina. But I worked in Charlotte for years before my son got sick, and I really miss that, actually. But I just wanted to be closer to home. Oh, September Katie is killing it in the chat right now. I'm taking the fifth, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to mute, and I'm going to play this and pause as needed for commentary.
As Shanquella Robinson's family continues to search for answers in the death of their daughter, some are claiming a suspect has been arrested in the case. The 25-year-old Charlotte woman mysteriously died while on vacation with a group of friends in Mexico. They've issued an arrest warrant for one of the people on the trip, but some articles are saying that person has been arrested. Wake Up Charlotte's Megan Bragg verifying these claims.
Yeah, and this is the article that has been circulating on social media.
Okay, just real quick to give commentary. So this is the article, and I believe it's the original article written and published by the Geraldo guy, okay? It has been translated through Google and Yahoo and all that, and they do a literal translation. I think where they're saying arrested, it's more detained. Because here's my question. You can go to NCIC, you can go to Interpol, you can go to all these agencies, you can go to VineLink and everything else, right? And you can see if someone's been arrested in the U.S. But where do you go see if they're detained on a warrant that's issued for another country? You're not arrested, you're detained. And I can't remember if it's 24 hours or 48 hours that they're allowed to hold you without arresting you. And let me say, if they throw conspiracy or RICO out there, or if they really want to get you, terrorism, they can hold you indefinitely. Yes, please don't. That's what I'm saying. And that's how this article was translated. So I think that's why it's saying arrested, when I think it should be rather detained. Allegedly, she was detained in Connecticut. She was here in North Carolina, working and going to college, is what I understood. And her family is from Connecticut. So allegedly, that's allegedly, according to this article, where she was arrested. They say arrested. I think it's more detained. If you're detained for questioning, there is no database that you can find that out. And I guarantee you, open up the yellow pages in Google, okay? We don't know, just roll with it. That's not been released at all. Motive has not been released. But her best friend was a dude. So I don't know. But anyway, Go to the yellow pages or look up. No, the FBI ain't going to tell you. They're not going to tell the family. Why would they tell you if they've detained her? So the other 5 can go into hiding and they can't find them? I mean, let's be realistic. The FBI's job is not to inform the public about this or educate them. They're not a danger to the general public. It was a specific, how do I say this? It was a specific attack geared toward this one individual. So they're not at large. They're not here and a threat to other U.S. citizens. I mean, we have secret courts and secret judges and stuff. Why? I mean, really, anybody that's ever dealt with the feds, okay, that's what it's known as to the people that's on the wrong side of the law. They call it the feds. Detendo, detain, and arrest. But anybody that's ever dealt with the feds, okay? And it just says right here, let me read the first line up here. It says, and I can't see the name, how they got it spelled, but it's Dejanay, Dejanon, whatever. I ain't putting no respect on that name after the video I saw. Jackson was placed in federal custody waiting for her to begin her extradition process to Mexico. Where does that say she was arrested? The picture says arrested, but read the line underneath the headline. Read what it says. What does that say? She's in federal custody. The feds have her. Okay. So did Mexico, Michelle. I'm taking the 5th. But I'm serious about reading what it says. Sometimes it's in the intertextualities that you're going to find your answers. It says was placed in federal custody. It doesn't say arrested. You can be in federal custody without being arrested. I guarantee you. Want to bet? There's a lot of people you can talk to, but they might have to have been 7 to 10 years ago that it happened before they can tell you about it. But there's a lot of people you could talk to. Pick any lawyer that's a criminal justice lawyer that deals with federal and felony cases and ask them. Do they know of an instance where people have been picked up by the FBI and not arrested, but detained for more than 24 hours for extradition to another country, another state, or questioning? Absolutely, Michelle, it could be protection. Absolutely. And they're going to inform her of what they received through Interpol and NCIC. They're going to give her an opportunity to get counsel. And they're going to protect her as a U.S. citizen. See, every U.S. citizen is afforded certain protections. That's why I said when they cross back into this country as U.S. citizens, they changed the game. Because had you been kept in Mexico, there wouldn't be no extradition. There wouldn't be none of that. It would be maybe the U.S. trying to get you back, but if they felt like you done some bullshit, leave you alone. And you're not no superstar, Dejanay, and the rest of the Cabo Six. You're no superstars. So they probably would let you rot in Mexico. Literally. Now, at some point, this will become political. Bet your sweet ass on it. How? Because there's going to be something that the U.S. wants from Mexico and something that Mexico wants from the U.S. Maybe they got somebody they holding. You know, like an Edward Snowden type that they got there that we want. And they want these people. So we'll make a trade. You think that shit don't happen? You better think again. Allegedly, in my fucking opinion. political it will be. I beg the family of Shanquella to stay on the necks of your politicians. I will help you any way I can. I don't want an interview. I don't want any of that. I'm not looking for clout or shine. I will help you reach out and with agencies to reach out to for assistance. But get that legal advocate. Get that attorney. You may find one that's worth it, that will help you. Exactly, Keister. Let me highlight that because that's what I've been saying. And that's where I wanted to show this article by WCNC News. Keister said the crime did not occur on U.S. soil. Mexico has put out an international warrant, Interpol, and request for extradition. The U.S. cannot arrest her, but can detain her pending extradition or negotiation. Exactly. On it. Point blank, period. I see that, Cherokee. But that's so on point. Now, I'm going to go back and play some more of this video because I want y'all to see, but there's some more comments I want to make about what they got to say. This is because they don't like us on YouTube.
It claims that there has been an arrest in the Shanquella Robinson case, but we wanted to walk you through the article because there are some red flags here. When someone reports and shares claims that are not verified, this is how misinformation spreads. First, the headline suggests DeHaan Jackson was arrested in the United States. As of now, Mexican authorities have not publicly even named a suspect. They have issued arrest warrants, but haven't said who the warrants are for. Then the article goes on to say Jackson was arrested by Interpol agents. So what is Interpol? According to the U.S. Justice Department, Interpol is an international police organization which provides investigative support and secure communication between law enforcement authorities. However, the Justice Department says Interpol does not have its own law enforcement agents. The article also states the arrest was made on November 28th. However, it does not give a time. It doesn't reveal exactly where Jackson was supposedly arrested or where she was booked.
Okay, right back real quick. Sorry, y'all. Again, if you really read, I think that maybe dialect and translation, because you might get two translators to translate one word differently. Okay. They're going to explain to you what I already explained about Interpol, which is like a database like NCIC. But anyway, I don't think they even say that explanation, but here we go.
In the United States, when someone is arrested, they are usually booked into a detention facility, and that information is generally public and available for reporters to refer to in their stories. We also spoke with Shanquella Robinson's father. He tells us he has not been made aware of an arrest yet. The FBI also tells us this is an active and ongoing investigation. So we want to remind you to double check what you see.
The FBI did not say she's not detained. They didn't say that. They didn't say that. They said this is an active and ongoing investigation. The father said he's not been told of an arrest yet. He didn't say he hadn't been told that they hadn't detained someone on the warrant from Mexico. I didn't hear that. Did y'all hear that? Just wondering.
You see online and on social media. Of course, if and when an arrest is made and we can confirm it, we will send you an alert through our WCNC mobile app. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
Exactly. I agree, Michelle. I mean, think about it. If you knew, if you knew that she was arrested and being questioned, and you thought your ass was next, you would go underground. Why make your job harder? I'm just saying. Okay, let's see. Just checking something, y'all. Okay. I want to show y'all. This is from Dazed and Confused. This is going to be my transition from one story to the next. This is my transition to summer. Exactly, Michelle. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. And I fully believe that. I mean, when have you guys seen the police come out and say, this is what we're going to do, and this is who are... Okay, well, tonight. What did y'all think about Michael Vaughn's police conference? Press conference. Give me a 8 in the chat if you did not see the press conference yet. Passports will be flagged. Oh, the bad words are great. Yeah, if you did not see it, put an 8 in the chat. Just waiting to see. Is Michelle the only person that didn't see it? Wow. Do any of y'all want to see it again? Let's say that question. Y'all. You know to know. Oh, they're still on trial, Michelle. Yeah, we can talk about it. It's information that's been released publicly by the police. I just want to respect Brandy's wishes. I didn't even cover Michael's case on my channel. Big time. Because I saw a difference from day one. I told you guys that. You know, when I compared her case, Michael's case and Summer's case, I said I believed Brandy and Tyler from day one. From day one. I believed them. Brandy was an advocate, a tenacious advocate for her child. And I gave her nothing but the ultimate respect from day one. And I don't want to get an exclusive and put something I've heard or I know or I hear out there before the family knows it. There's just a difference in the two cases. There's a level of respect, I believe, earned and required for Michael's family that Summer's family has not fully earned. There's the respect that they've shown themselves and Michael, first of all, and the advocacy that's never wavered or stopped. I've just felt that way from day one. And I can't and I won't back away from that. And I've, you guys know that I have a thing about just not wanting to contact, reach out, or interview persons of interest in cases. I don't want to have to go testify in no courtroom. I ain't trying to get all that. I don't want to interfere with an open and ongoing case like that. We can discuss what's going on and what they talked about and what the police have put out there, because it was made clear there was a private presser for the family before this public presser. Yeah. I heard that. Just roll with it. And they were very confident enough to put the pictures of 4 people out there with names and spellings thereof as suspects. Yeah, 2. And they're going to dig up the neighbor's yard. I told y'all what I heard. Everybody wanted to come at me. Didn't I tell y'all on the other side of that fence? Watch. I think I spoke too soon. And I felt bad about it with Brandy and what she came out about, so I just kind of clamped down. But that yard I was talking about is the yard they're searching tomorrow, that the police verified they'll be searching tomorrow. Now, they didn't have to get a warrant. The people are cooperating, and they rent. They worked on those other people's car. The next door neighbors were in their yard. They were in their yard. Didn't know each other well, but well enough to know how to get from one yard to another and to know when one was home and when one wasn't. What's up, Ethereal? What's up, CD? It doesn't mean that they were in it together. If you live next door to me, if all my vehicles are gone and I'm not at home. So you could probably sneak into my yard and real quick do something and sneak back out before I knew it. That's all I'm saying. It just depends. Just roll with it. Would Dawn and Candace have noticed if somebody dug in their yard? And on some real shit, we ain't got a big yard, but with everything that I got going on, I wouldn't notice if you dug in my yard. Sure wouldn't. Especially, I got a sandbox. We don't even have a whole acre, by the way. Okay. We got a sandbox. If you move little man's crab sandbox over and dig under it and move it back over top of it, sure the hell wouldn't know for a long time. That's right, Kay. A weekend and overnight even. You never know. What if they just planted a tree or some flowers that they got? Or had a big flower pot planter. Any of that stuff. You can move it over and under. And we do too, Cherokee. Absolutely, September. I agree. They would probably. But I mean, it's very plausible and simple. If you want to do Occam's razor, it's very simple. And I think with them saying that the dogs hit, remember that, on that yard next door. Has to be nearby. Has to be nearby. And if you got any place that's got mulch or gravel, I mean, it would be easy to cover up having dug there. Just in my personal opinion. That's really all I want to talk about that, though. I don't want to. My prayers go out to Brandy and Tyler and the rest of their family with the news that they have recently learned. Because, like she said, all hope has been taken from their family. Yes, they may have some answers, but their answers took away hope that Michael was coming home. And that was something that they had long held on to and prayed for. Right, just roll with it. Exactly. And that's what we'll have to see, you know. But I do feel, that's honest to goodness how I feel. I feel my heart breaks. You guys have to understand, as a mother myself, while I was watching Brandy, question going through my mind is, oh my God, which is worse? Knowing I got 3 to 6 months, or waiting for a year and not knowing where they're at and what happened, you know? As a parent, it's never easy to face the loss of your child. I don't care who you are, unless you're just a monster, you know? It's not something I would wish on my worst enemy. Ever. Ever. And to at the same time watch 2 people close to you and feel like they're in a race to see. Can't finish it, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. Give me just a second, y'all. I'm gonna queue up. I wanna queue up this by Dazed and Confused. It's my little thank you, September. My little happy moment. It's a transition from this story and just talking about summer. And we're gonna see Loaf for a minute, but this is a good one. Days Don't Strike Me. I picked the one with no music that you put out the show. Local crises, right? That are playing for, because I know this has to do with the local crises, right? That are playing for Tragedy Pentonville. Here's the thing, and Monster and such, right? Here's the thing. It's why I've been working a little harder on taking out the smaller ones. Some of these local tests are some of the craziest critters you've ever seen, and I'm all the way fed up. Tomorrow's going to be one of those days for them. I hope they have happy fucking holidays and they can explain in front of the empty Christmas trees why the fuck they're empty and what they're having to buy instead.
Secondly, third, fourth, I don't know. It looks like dipshit John over there has doubled down on his neighbor is with his rhetoric and clipping bullshit. Now, let me tell you, I'm not real thrilled with that. He can keep his testosterone levels, and I'll do whatever the fuck I please as long as he likes, but that's going to come to an end as well. Just because I fucking feel like it. Because it's shit like he's putting out that are creating these events, and it all trickles down, obviously, from giant tragedy that built. But the locals partaking in this, like, from the beginning, and the local YouTubers, and the scary fucking obsessed critters like Misery, Stephen King level sons of bitches, they're gonna go first. And then I'm gonna walk them on a fucking leash right back to the little fucking creators. I will dog walk these motherfuckers into the fiery pits of hell right beside of me. I am not even fucking playing any longer. And y'all,
Okay, hold the fuck up. Let me say something right here. I wish Dazed was in here right now. First of all, Jody, what motherfucking local are you talking shit to? Any of the locals that Jody Sue got a problem with, I got your motherfucking back to the fullest. Holla at your girl. Second of all, Jody Sue. I know you ain't talking to me or none of my sunshine, so you ain't dog walking shit over here. Pull the fuck up. I'm trying to tell you right now. I got a lot of stress I need to release. So if you got issues or problems, don't be no keyboard warrior around me, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not for that. I'm not coming at nobody. My people don't come at nobody. But this right here sounds like a motherfucking threat to people. And I don't like that. I don't like bullies. And I don't like people threat. Oh, I know what that means too, Cherokee. That's why I said I bet you ain't walking no dog here, bitch. And I don't mean you walking your dog to take a shit. I know what that means. That means you whooping somebody's ass. If you walking a dog on them, you handling them an ass whooping that sends them home with their tail tucked between their motherfucking legs. I'm from the hills too. Psh, that part. That part. That part. I don't like. There's a lot of locals that are already being threatened enough, that already live every day in fear enough, and they don't need this. And that's a threat. That is a threat. So why is her ass not getting clank silver bracelets with 3 hots and a cot? Because she is issuing a threat publicly to people. I want who and why? What did somebody do to you? Because let me tell you something. Oh, here, I don't. I only care about what you got to do with Summer's case. Otherwise, I don't really give a shit. I don't care shit about the monster. I don't care about none of that. None of that. I ain't stressing none of it. That ain't just neither here nor there to me. What you eat don't make me shit. For reals. All I care about is what she got to do with Summer. How you gonna talk about locals? You talking? Is she giving a? What I want to know is she giving like a self-diagnosis here or something? Because she was talking about local YouTubers that been talking ish about this case since day one. Well, ain't she the only one, or is she talking about Cam and Allie? I'm just trying to figure that out. Like, What you mean? Let's see what the rest of this says. But there's a little cute video I want to show y'all that Dave's made too. No, they're not from Tennessee, Kay. They're in Virginia, I know. Hold on, I forgot to do something. I forgot to mute myself and it'll echo. Well, the saying around here is that Big Mouse write checks that them Ace can't cash. I don't know. That's what I asked Cherokee Girl. There's a lot of places. I mean, they're talking about waterways being searched. What about the Holston River? That's what, Kay. It was like a self-portrait. The Holston River, the hollers, the backwoods, has all them been searched? What about somebody told me that Sullivan County did come out and help with the search. What about Greene and Washington counties? Yeah, I don't know who Cake is. I seen the comments. I've been keeping up to date, y'all. I've been keeping up. Oh, Michelle, I don't think that's what happened. I think Dotson had something to do with it. If Summer is no longer with us, that's what I think. But I think I really truly can't let go. But I think Summer's still alive. I think Summer got gone because of the CPS investigation and of the felony charges that it would bring. Possibly, allegedly, in my opinion. That's what I think. Yep, Jewel Gap is off Beach Creek, about 10 minutes from Ben Hill. Yes. Yep. But I really do. And I think she knows more about it. I think the parents know. I think that Grandma and Mama knew more prior to. And I think Daddy found out after what he needs to know. Ah, Katie, oh, I fucking love it. I wondered. I saw the comments. Oh, yes. Love my sunshines. That's why I said if she was talking shit about my sunshines, you ain't walking no dogs over here. Now, we are all cake. I'm cake. September's cake. Nico's cake. Kay's cake. Michelle's cake. Katie's cake. Everybody's the cake. I like the whipped cream type icing though. I don't like fondant or that real sugary, heavy icing. And I like a light, airy cake. Not something that, if it's a heavy cake, I want it to be that old school cake. I want it to be the old school cake my nanny used to make, where you bake that chocolate icing that's liquid and you poke the holes in it and pour it over and it soaks down in and seeps through the cake and the icing kind of gets that hard and crispy. Oh my gosh. Y'all gonna make me hungry. And I can't eat that yet. I just got off Clear Liquids. Oh, that's funny. And what made her bring out the tequila? Or break out the dance steps? Okay, anyway, let's let this finish. I mean, mute.
We're going to go ahead and immediately move. And other than that, I'm not going to give very many details. It'll be what it is. It'll at least keep us where we need to be for a bit. So Somebody want to run over and tell Cammy's getting ready to receive a cease and desist. And then an order of protection if you don't shut the whole fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to mute the music, but I just want y'all to see the dancing, okay? It's the dancing part. Couldn't help it. Because it's fun tea to me. I needed a little giggle. Right, Katie, tell it. She don't. I had to mute the music out. I don't know you did in September. I see that. Oh my gosh, y'all so funny. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on.
Creator. She Browns live. Last night in Jody Sue Brown's live. Again, everything is used under fair use. Everything we talk about is protected under fair use. Jody Sue Brown. Yeah.
Okay, let me say this, guys. Just to cut this one short, okay? Y'all know I've never been a fan of Cam and them, nor of Loaf, alright? That being said, Cam is 100% accurate. Ziggy streamed nearly my whole live one time and talked all kind of junk. It's fair use because it was stopped periodically with commentary. When you're in a live stream and you're just talking, other than your likeness and it being on your channel, there's not original content unless you post original content during the live stream that is used. If it's just you talking and they're commenting about what you're saying, that is totally fair use. And you, as a YouTube creator, cannot pick and choose. It's part of the YouTube standards and rules, by the way, community standards. You are not allowed to pick and choose. Like, I can't say, I have to either say all creators can use my content or no creators can use my content. I can't say, well, I like you and I don't like you. I have to make a blanket statement. If YouTube feels that that I go after people, or as a creator, you go after people based on a person-to-person personality basis or whatever for use of your material, it can actually backfire onto you. So I wanted to put that out there and just establish that. Now, we're going to go and we're going to look. I know who you talking about, Katie. Don't worry. Karma's a bitch. It'll come back because I just keep it 100. We're going to look a couple things at Smiley Stories World because I did tell you guys and I told her we are going to look at part 2 of her call to Becky. But there was 2 questions that came up during that first call. And one was a question about her not being in first grade. And I said, well, wait a minute. Summer was 5, right? And she just turned 6. Her birthday's in February, right? So shouldn't she have started kindergarten already? Just saying. And what's the law and the rule upon that? So I asked some questions. Got that answer. Then, the other question was about Becky saying that you cannot try a murder case in Tennessee without a body. That is false. Multiple sources have proven and sent me information. It's false. Nope, I have the answer, Seeking Serenity. I'll show you. Just for Tennessee. We're just talking about summer for Tennessee. I guess, Katie, I'm just taking her what I heard. Well, now, Katie, she would be starting, now at 6, she would be starting first grade, is what I think she was meaning. But the way it came out, it is a lot more difficult to prosecute with the out of body, absolutely. But it is not what she said, which was that you can't do it in Tennessee, that you have to have a body. Go back and look at the video. Wow. Just interesting. I'm just now seeing some Facebook messages. Hold on just a moment, you guys. Yeah, I saw that. I think they found... Didn't they find Big Smo's daughter that was missing? Absolutely. No, nobody does mean that you need to tighten up the case. Okay, just making sure. Okay. Alright, y'all. Sorry, I was just checking that real quick. Okay, just making sure. I thought they did. I thought I had seen that. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so now we're going to show little information. And we're going to start looking at Smiley's second video. I don't want to mute yet. So Smiley posted this for us. Can a child skip kindergarten in Tennessee? At the request of the child's parent or legal guardian, a student age 5 on or before September 30th may be permitted to enter kindergarten. No opt-out. No child shall be eligible to attend first grade without attending an approved kindergarten program. Right, Cherokee, it was tattooed on Candace's leg after Summer went missing. I understand. That tattoo was after. And I haven't been able to verify, but my sources are telling me that it was like a donated situation. Okay, now we're going to go to Smiley's channel. Because we're going to look at the second call to Miss Becky. And go over that like we did the first one. Because I promised Smiley I would. And then I'm going to put up another video of the third and fourth ones together. Different states have different rules. In North Carolina, you can opt in or opt out of kindergarten. If a child passes a certain competency test, they don't necessarily have to attend kindergarten. They can go straight into first grade. Different states have different rules. Plain and simple. It is what it is. And it pretty much sucks. You know, as we know, not all parents always have the best interest. Now, could they be homeschooled? She could have absolutely been homeschooled. But why would you homeschool her and not the brothers? I think that would raise some questions and some eyebrows. You know? Is that in Tennessee? Because it just said it was on or before September 30th for Tennessee. That's Google, though. She Googled and got that and put that up. It's on her community wall. It's not on mine. Just saying. Smiley posted that, and that's the information that she was able to obtain. But either way, whether it's August 15th or September 30th, it's irrelevant. Summer was 5 on February 24th, so it's not relevant on that. It doesn't matter if it's August or September. She would have been 5 before the date either way. And the bottom line is, she would not have been able, even if she was found today, she would have to go to kindergarten first. Right. I would have thought, seeking serenity. We so happy that little man is able to go to school for, a half day in pre-K. He loves it. Being that he's an only child and all the stuff we got going on right now, it allows him to develop those social skills for a classroom situation, and to where when he enters kindergarten, when he enters first grade, when he enters second grade, that he will have the skills he needs to survive and to thrive, which I think is pretty awesome. Looks like somebody's using a Chromebook. I'm looking at the symbols. That's the same one I have, I swear, an Acer Chromebook. Sorry, I couldn't help but say that. I see the picture on my screen. So, I'm going to play this. He loves the library, Miss Katie. He loves the library, and of course, he loves to go outside and play. We're hoping, cross your fingers, everything works out. He's going to get a bicycle. Spider-Man for Christmas. That's the big thing that we're looking at. Anything trains, library, absolutely seeking serenity, I agree. Confidence, social skills. I think it also, pre-K and kindergarten, helps prepare them for being away from their parents, that anxiety. And it's limited, like they go a partial day, not as long as the rest of the students. And, they start a week or two later and get out a week or two earlier, but they get that in, they get that used to that routine. And, he's learning his letters. He's writing his name, and he's got a long name. His mama jerked him with one, come on, y'all. It's not like spelling hers or mine. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start Smiley's video, and I will be pausing it for commentary. I have full permission from Miss Smiley, our Sunshine of the Month, to use this video. I have it in text, emails, everything else. But I know she's not going to say anything because, like I said, we spoke. Matter of fact, I could read the text if I could find my phone right now. Okay. If it's not dead. We spoke, and she let me know that she had watched my video with the commentary, and that she liked it and was appreciative of it. I'm trying to heart that comment to get that. And that she hoped that I would do the rest of that. I had, she was telling me I actually had to watch this video and do commentary on it. She really wanted my opinion. I value her thoughts and her opinion. I respect her thoughts and her opinion. I know that she's true of heart, and that means a lot. Smiley has no ulterior motive out there, period. She said, you did a great job. Your comments are off, though. And she was like, I have to listen to the second call to Becky. She said, listen, and if you get time, please commentate on the second video. It's day and night to the first. So, I know, and she needed to tell her off, okay? Let me tell y'all something. Smiley is killing it. She's rocking it. And that's one of my true friends that I have met through this platform. And she is really a true blue person. And I told her I would watch and do commentary. I was going to upload a video like I did on the first one. But I found the time to be able to do this live. And I thought, why not? I missed you guys. Let's get together. Let's look at this and let's talk about it, And so here we are. I want to hear her tell it off because let me tell you something. Miss Becky's tone and attitude towards Smiley in that first call pissed me off. Too, I was ready to call Becky and tell her off. Okay, what DA's office, what public servant's office, the district attorney, has their phones down for 10 damn days? I mean, really. For 10 days how hard would it have been to have a voicemail message put up saying that they're having phone issues, blase. You could comment. Oh, honey, I seen that one, Katie. I got a private message about that one when it happened. It was a lie. Yep, she sure did. And I'll tell you something. Smiley felt bad about talking to her. She reached out to me about that. She's a creator I don't mind sharing anything and everything with. She's been genuine from the jump. Somebody just reached out to me, another creator, asking me for copies of the paperwork that I have on the registration, showing that the red Subaru is actually supposed to be white. Yeah, girl deserved it, and that's what I told her, Katie, that she was lucky she just got what she got, that she asked for more, and that Linda should be glad that Smiley is the respectable woman that she is. That part. Before we go into this, please don't forget to hit the Cash App, the PayPal, the Venmo. It would be greatly appreciated at this time. Guys, I'm not going to lie. Mountain of hospital bills coming in already. As y'all see, I can't do the creative outlet and put out work like I'm used to, so therefore I don't get hardly any. I'm not getting any ad revenue for a whole month now. My Patreon was $27 for the month. And It's going to take at least 6 to 7 weeks more to get me set up through what it's called, something similar to CAP's program, where I can receive 16 to 26 hours worth of pay for total care. Can't work like I was working. No way, impossible. I'm doing 24/7 in-home total care as the resident family member of the palliative care receiver. It's the best way I know. Anybody wants to see proof? Send me an email. Send me a text. I don't mind. I'll show you. But it may be more than you're ready to know. Huh? There's a lot. I just know at the very minimum, please give me your prayers. It's all I can really ask for and expect. Show some love. Watch the videos, old and new, to the end. Hit the thumbs up. Help me be able to generate that ad revenue for this month. Well, November's already passed, you guys, and it's not good. So, but anyway, it is what it is, you know. We were at the hospital from October the 19th until November 21st. So, and you guys know that I've kept y'all up to date. It's been hard. A lot of people question it and whatever. God knows I wish it was a lie, y'all. But anyway, we're going to play this video because I don't want to get emotional again. There's a lot of stuff that's hard to deal with in this. We have to get tested for a rare blood disorder that's hereditary. It presents itself as a lymphoma later in age, until the test panels run and the positive results come back. But anyway, it's hard when a person's emotions are affected. And they have none. They're just, no matter what, you know, the house can be on fire. They're going to be like, the house is on fire. Can I have something to drink? You know, when you tell someone, like for instance, I'm going to give an example, okay? Let's say that Cherokee had to tell her mom that her sister's daughter, which would be her mom's grandchild, was diagnosed and had 3 to 6 months to live. And Cherokee's mom said, okay, can I get a glass of Pepsi? And that's, that's not normal, for your mom. But because of a medical condition, that's one of the after effects, one of the things affected. Knowing that doesn't make it any easier to deal with day to day. Also, when someone has a stroke and their mind's affected in certain parts or entirely on one hemisphere, certain things become exaggerated and pronounced. So, if they had a problem with you or you were always the problem, you're really going to always be the problem and the scapegoat. So, it's hard. There's a lot of difficult aspects, and a lot's on me right now. So I just ask for prayers and thoughts. and understanding. Okay, I'm fitting that meal. And there's a lot of adjustments to be made. It's kind of like, in a lot of ways, going on COVID lockdown. You have no free time. It's 24/7. Like, can you imagine looking forward to the day that somebody comes to help you give a bath? Because you might be able to go out of the yard. It's almost like being on house arrest. But know that it's worth it. Especially consider the alternative, you know? Because I can't fathom someone I care about being in the care facilities around here, because I've worked in them and I've seen, and I can't. I would, I just can't. I just, oh, September, they're heavy ass shoes. Oh, y'all, okay. I wasn't going to get emotional, and I was going to remain professional, and I'm trying. Okay. We're going to go to Smiley's video. Okay, listen, if y'all don't hear nothing else that I say right now, let me tell you this, please. Guys, every one of you out there, I give a shit about y'all, and I want you to hear this. I think December 7th is the end day. If you have Medicare, please do not walk, run, to make sure you sign up for Medicare Advantage. It makes a difference more than you will ever know until you get in a situation. It is more expensive, but trust me, it's worth it. Right now, one hospital bill was over $8,000, and that was just for the fall. It was just for the fall in the local ER in September. And luckily, because of the insurance, so far, that's a $90 copay, and that's it. But please tell your loved ones that. Please take advantage of that opportunity. I'm not advocating any insurance agency or none of that. What I am advocating is, if you ever get in a position where you have a doctor tell you or a family member that you love and care about that there's nothing more they can do, and imagine yourself having that happen, not one, but two very close family members in less than 10 days. If you ever have to have them tell you there's nothing more you can do, you want to be able to make your own choices about whatever it is you want. And I have options. And if you are eligible for Medicare, get the Medicare Advantage so you have those choices and options and aren't backed into a corner. Still not going to be great, but you will have options and it will be better. Right, Cherokee. Well, I feel the same way. And most people, I think, do. Most people, the majority, would never choose to be kept alive for years on end without a thought, a movement, a flutter. Nothing but a machine doing it. I don't think anybody would choose that. But if you don't have advanced directives and things set forth, no matter how old or young you are, it can come back to bite you in certain situations and get you trapped to where that's where you end up. So I suggest making those advanced directives, and if you have Medicare, choosing Medicare Advantage to make sure that you can. And I'm not advocating for that. I get nothing out of what I'm saying except personal experience and what I have learned in passing it along. If you ever need hospice care, make sure you know that there are for-profit and non-profit. And that the for-profits I would never touch. The non-profits are a better alternative if you choose that route. Because they are restricted and they can't take your stuff. By the way, thank you, Aussie True Crime Mods. Please drop her link in the chat. I'm going to mute and blow my nose, y'all. It sound horrible. And start Smiley's video.
Another call. To Day. And it was to Becky. It was kind of interesting.
District Attorney's Office.
Hey Becky, how are you?
I'm very busy. Can I help you?
Yeah, this is Tammy. I spoke with you yesterday. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I was calling. I was just thinking. We had talked about Summer's case and everything, and I was just thinking when you said that you worked for them for 37 years and that they can't press charges on anybody without a body or anything like that. But I was just wondering, you are well aware of several cases there in your, also in your neighboring county, like Janet Marsh back in 2013, Caleb Cannon, 2014, Joe Clyde Daniels, and they did arrest Megan Boswell before the baby was found just in false testimony. And so I was just wondering, with your expertise, is there anything that we could do to have, because it is possible to be arrested without a body, and you did say you thought, someone was deceased. Is there
Go, Smiley. Go, Smiley. It's your birthday. You know what? Smiley been busy too, but she had time today. Because look at her coming with case precedent. Look at her coming with previous case precedent that proves what you said was wrong. Okay? Oh, Seekin, I'm sorry. Let's go back to Smiley now. I want y'all to hear this.
Miss Boswell was not arrested for murder at that time. She was arrested
without a body? And you did say you thought, someone was deceased. Is there any...
Miss Boswell was not arrested for murder at that time. She was arrested for false reporting.
Yes, that's what I said. She was arrested before they found her body for false testimony or false, reporting. But the others, Joe, let's go to Joe Clyde Daniels then. Joe Clyde Daniels' father is They still have not found the body. And his dad is doing life in prison, as well as his mom took a plea deal. She's doing 15 years on a plea deal and make it out in 10. And then you got the big case down in Nashville, Tennessee, Janet Marsh, Perry Marsh, the murder trial that went on down there. I'm just curious, with your expertise again, is there anything that can be done to help push along this case for Summer Wells? It just really gets to me really bad. And, I'm just wondering, is there anything that we as people or citizens that do care about Summer can do,
Well, first of all, let me explain this. I am not an expert in anything, okay?
Okay.
I have been blessed to have a job being a legal secretary here for 37 years. That does not make me an expert, okay?
Okay.
And like I explained to you yesterday, I mean, we don't have any, I keep asking you, who do you want to charge? No one has been accused and confronted or interviewed for the disappearance of Summer Wells.
Aha. So are you telling me that y'all have not interviewed anybody in the disappearance of Summer Wells?
Ma'am, we've interviewed hundreds of people, but nobody that we can say, aha, you are the person who we think did it.
Okay. So, okay. But nobody's been ruled on or off the table. Again, I ask you, I would be asking Ronnie these questions, but Ronnie is hard to get a hold of. You're the next best thing. So I'm asking you in all due respect. And again, I beg to differ. You've been there 37 years. You have some type of expertise. You said yesterday, y'all sat there, you've talked, you've went over and over and over again. I've thought about this all night long. I dream about this. You told me y'all have talks about this. You have called everybody in. No, they will not let everybody in. They don't want Echo Search back. Why? What is to hide? What? What are they hiding? Why won't they allow people in to search? What is going on?
Ma'am, that's private property, and if you've ever been up there, it is very rocky, dangerous territory.
I absolutely know.
It's rocky, it's snaky, it's bear infested, and at this point in time, it's still a crime scene.
Okay. So if it's a crime scene, why? And I won't keep you on here as long as I did yesterday, but this is bothering me to the point. Why, if it is a crime scene, now y'all say it's a crime scene. If it is a
Now wait a minute. Lucy, wait a minute.
Okay.
They said nothing. I said that.
Okay.
Oh, feisty, ain't we? Scared of misspeaking, ain't we, Miss Becky? They said nothing. I said that. Okay. Texas, okay, Midwest EquiSearch, Texas EquiSearch are trained agencies that do searches all over the U.S., in Alaska, in the Midwest, in out west, city, metropolitan, suburban, urban areas. They are trained to deal with that. What the hell? I don't understand. All right, y'all. She is sassy, Sick, I'll give you that. Spicy sassy. That being said, I can understand why you wouldn't want somebody coming down from you like New Jersey or New York that's in a big city and searching or whatever, but you have trained searchers that you're turning away. We're not talking about a group of city slickers that decided to go to the country for the weekend wanting to help search. Talking about trained searchers that you're turning away. So let's get that part straight. That you derailed, according to them, while they were there. Because you didn't want them to see the creek full of needles, allegedly. Thank you. Military and National Guard are trained for search. The FBI is damn sure trained for search. And if you let them take over Summer's case and hand it over to them, there won't be a problem. Just saying. Yep, the same place, allegedly, over and over again. Okay, back to Becky.
You know, whoever they is not talking. It is me.
Okay, you.
Okay.
Okay. So you work for the DA. You say it's a crime scene. So I'm asking you, if it's a crime scene, why in the world would they allow them? Because this has been bothering me, in my opinion. Why would they allow them to remodel their house, tear out stuff, move stuff? People take off in the last car she was seen in, go out of state. Why? What in the world? Nobody else will be able to do that. And I don't care what state you're in.
I agree with this. These are questions that I've had. I heard the dog snoring. And I agree with Cherokee Girl. As a legal secretary, she should have never opened her mouth. At all. Period. Not the first call, not the second call, not the third call. Okay? I'm glad she did open her mouth. Okay? But the fact is, in 37 years, she should have known better. But don't it seem that way for all of these? I mean, do y'all think Cecil Mills should have told what he told about Brandon's case? Hell no. Do y'all think the lady that answered the phone in Granger County should have said what she said? Or the sheriff should have said what he said? No. No. But they have no fear of repercussion. The good old boy system is alive and thriving. They have no fear. They have no fear that they'll lose that election. They have no fear that they'll lose that income. Allegedly, in my opinion, whatever. They have no fear. Because that's accepted. It's okay. It's the way it is. I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't been able to get my inhaler. By the way, thank you, Miss Katie Kitty. I just got your PayPal. I'm actually going to use that and go get my inhaler. I just feel overwhelmed some days, you guys. Okay, let's go back to this. This research, this discussion, and this is my escape. It's my getaway, you guys. So thank you, each and every one of you, for being here and knowing how much it means to me. I like to dig in and do the research and be able to come and chat and share and talk with you guys and get your opinions and thoughts. We've got to keep Summer's case alive and thriving. That's what we have to do. And we have to make sure that we show everyone that we're not going to stop. I don't understand why they haven't stepped in yet. Just roll with it. But maybe they're watching and they're compiling. And they're adding to that list, kind of like Santa Claus. And they're going to deliver a nice little gift wrapped in a bow to a whole lot of folks. Agreed with you, Lady 2.0. I agree with you totally. And that's my question, you know. Yeah, Katie, I know. Especially an organization, Lady R, especially an organization like Midwest EquiSearch. They're just not going to do it. There's too much liabilities. Even if they are a full 501(c), there's too much liability there for them. Too much. This is we live in a litigious society in the U.S. There's too much chance of them getting involved in a litigation if they don't have certain forms, release forms, and those people haven't been given a certain amount of education and whatnot, especially on different terrains that they're going to be in, and on how to search and what to do and how to do it properly. Yes, there are places, according to the locals, there are still places that have not been searched. And a lot of them are on the county lines. And there's a lot of places in that area that you go from one county to the next. I've shown multiple maps. There are like all around that area. Literally, if you drive 30 miles, you can literally be in 3 separate counties within that 30 miles in the Beach Creek area. Okay, back to Smiley's recording.
And I'm asking you that. So,
well, all I can tell you is, you know, this lady is Summer's mother, and she has not been charged. She's been interviewed, she's been lie detected, you name it, you know, but she has not been charged. And, you know, as long as they pay for that property, I reckon they can do pretty much what they want to with it. I mean, you know, that's my, you know, I pay for my property, and you know, if I take a notion I want to rip the wall out and remodel, I'm going to do it.
well, you know, from day one, you saw, I don't know if you saw it or not, but from day one, when the cops were up there and they were talking, excuse me, they were interviewing the boys, or it was that night, day, you know, that evening, whatever. It was caught on video on the news, where the sheriffs and all them were up there, that, you know, you have grandma moving buckets around. Nobody was kept in one spot. They were talking to the children. You know, everybody was all, you know, that's just not a normal scene. I don't care if it was at that time not to be a crime scene or that was the last place she was found. Everybody should have been kept in one place. This is what I'm saying. If
listen, I wasn't up there.
I know you wasn't.
And I mean, there were many trained people up there. I wasn't up there, and what you think should have happened is your personal opinion. What happened is, you know, they were there and did the investigation, and that's all I can tell you. I can't answer your questions as to why.
What do you have to do to become a police officer there? What are the qualifications?
Ma'am, you're asking me something.
Okay, I almost swallowed my entire face. I got to rewind a bit and replay that question and answer. Because when Smiley says, what do you have to do to be a police officer there? She's, what? 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 I mean, I'm like, what? That part cracked me up so hard, okay? It is 5:06 a.m. here, y'all. So just to let you know. I apologize for the late time. I do in the early morning hours. I sleep when mom sleeps, and I live stream when mom sleeps. So to be able to do this live, I'm not sleeping. Team no sleep after. So, it is what it is. But I want to replay that part. I think it's important. And we're going to try to get to Smiley's next call because I promised her I would. So we're going to get this in.
It's not my field. I don't know. Call the sheriff's department and ask to talk to us.
What do you have to do to become a police officer there? What are what are the qualifications?
Ma'am, you're asking me something it's not my field. I don't know. Call the sheriff's department and ask to talk to Tony Allen, and he can tell you what it takes to be a police officer. And we're really short-handed, so if you want to be one, come on down.
Well, they sure sent me an application. They did send an application. It was in the rudest form. So I will say.
Hey, Mr. Smiley, good morning. I didn't text her, but she texted me yesterday and I had answered her back, which you probably already know. But usually you're there. But anyway, I know, right? Secret's reading 0 hours of qualification. I almost swallowed my face. I had to hear that part again. She says, we're short-handed. Come on down. This part is y'all. I know, right? You can't keep anybody on your police force, but yet you want to talk to somebody like shit that is being nothing but kind and respectful and courteous to you. She has not disrespected this woman one fucking time in either phone call. And this woman has talked to her like she's, it just, galls my ass. Back to the call. I gotta stop because I'll get mad. I love this part.
Say that somebody should have been fired for actually doing that. I don't know if you heard about that little incident a few months ago or not, but on that application, it was about 10 pages front and back, and there was only one thing on that application, and that had to pertain to do with being a cop, and it was it said something like, how do you feel about using deadly force? Are you kidding me? Well, I don't know. I got mad and filled it out, and I said, try me and find out. But I hadn't sent it out yet because I'm holding on to that for other reasons, but that's beside the point. But I'm just wondering what kind of qualifications they actually have to have up there.
Like I said, all of them have attended the Walker State Community Police Academy, or 90% of them have, and they all, if they stay with the force, eventually they will be there. And that's all I can tell you. As far as age, education, degree, any of that stuff, that is beyond my knowledge.
What is the other 10%? What did they attend? Nothing like I'm not being funny, but what did they attend? Did they just come off the street?
Well, when they're hired, they are not ever put on the street. They spend, a lot of them spend years in the jail, the correctional facility, as a correctional officer.
Because I know, a lot of those, and just talking to you, I know that a lot of those have worked there, have been RSOs, have been hired and fired by Ronnie. One was in fact hired 3 times and fired, and it's just it makes me think.
Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I can't, you're asking me stuff I can't answer. I don't have a clue.
And
Okay, right here, I want to interject. Miss Becky, you work for the district attorney's office. The district attorney is who should be prosecuting these current and former, I guess, jailers, custodians, police officers, Mr. Biggs, the sons of Mr. Lawson's son, Sherfy Jr. I mean, the list goes on and on of current and former Hawkins County police officers, sheriff's officers, deputies, and associates thereof that are current and former registered SOs. And generally those are of children. Minors. I say minors. Yeah, Smiley had the patience of Job, let me tell you, okay? Handling this, because I would have lost my shit. Y'all know me. I couldn't help my tongue this long. I would be like, listen, Linda, listen. Don't come at me like you're up here and I'm down there. You're defending a sheriff's department where your sheriff looks like, whether it's what actually occurred or not, in my opinion, and the opinion of many others in the public opinion world, looks like that he got a sweet deal for his son and kept it hush hush until after the election. Which also looks like there's a conflict of interest in this and other cases. Ronnie, did you think about other cases that you may have participated in, you may have testified on, that now can be overturned because of what has occurred? The precedent that you may have set in that county and others surrounding it in that same district. There are ramifications and ripples. Outward. Right, just roll with it. How many former Hawkins County officers are now TBI agents? How many of the TBI agents that are in that area actually live in the Hawkins, Sullivan, Washington, Greene County areas right there? I mean, let's be real. Don't think I won't, Miss Keister. Don't think I won't. I was hoping Dazed was going to clip a certain part and do us a short. Absolutely seeking. Supposed to be in Granger County, Michelle. Right, Lady R? That part. What's up to crime and other stuff? But let's be real about this situation. That's the appearance. Whether that's what's factual or not, that is the appearance. 2 and 2 is 4. It doesn't add up to 3 or 5. That is the appearance that has been given and the ramifications and the ripples thereof. Think about it. Yeah, it's supposed to be Granger, Michelle. It was showing up on VineLink. But there are further ramifications. I mean, Summers' case is enough. The conflict of interest and the appearance of a conflict of interest, that's enough. But what about previous adjudicated cases and convictions that could be overturned? It's got an A, Grainger, I think. Did y'all think of that? No, of course not. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. But real talk. True story, just roll with it. Bingo, Keister. Yep, thank you, Cherokee, said Granger. Okay. But real stuff, you guys, that's got to be taken into account, or should be. And think about the case precedent now that you set for future cases. We got when you do something in a court, there's the possibility that it can be retroactive. And because of those people that participated in this case, those that participated in previous cases, it can be affected. Also, think about any other case now in Hawkins County that involves somebody charged with the same or similar crimes. They got to get that same sweet damn deal, y'all. 10 years equals 6 months. That's the deal they got to get now. There's case precedent set in that county and that district. Think about that. I want that to sink in for a moment. The next person that gets 1 count, 2 counts, 4 counts, whatever counts of the same exact attempted, aggravated, all that part, that gets that same charge, a decent attorney is going to argue that they get the same amount of time and treatment. And it's now a case precedent that can be used in that district. I used to write memorandums of law. I was damn good at it. Some of the crappiest ones I ever had to write were for hair salons. Not even going to front. I had to do the one about exploding big lighters. And hair getting burned out at a hair salon. I mean, it just was, Right, I agree, Michelle. And that's what I'm talking about. You set case precedent now. That time, a lawyer's going to argue, well, my client got the same thing. I should get the same thing that the sheriff's son got. So, Your Honor, my client's got 40 years. That translates to 2 years in a county jail. And how many ever years on parole? Real shit. Let that marinate for a moment. Has anybody thought of that? Future consequences. Ramifications. What is that? The thing, every action has an equal and opposite reaction? Or Pandora's box? Real stuff. That's scary to me. Should be scary to everybody that lives in that area. Or that has someone they care about that lives in that area. Right, Michelle? It's egregious. Okay. Let me get off my soapbox for a moment. And let's get back to Miss Smiley. I agree, seeking serenity. How many of the people involved, by the way, here's what you need to look at. Your constituents of Hawkins, Sullivan, Green, Granger, all the counties involved in this shit. Look at who are your elected officials that were involved in this. From your judge all the way down. Who all was involved in making this happen? And make sure at the next election that their box don't get checked. That's how you fix that. That's your first step. Me too, Cherokee. We're going to finish this. We're going to finish Smiley's video. And then I'm going to say goodnight because I'm going to get to sleep for about 2 hours, y'all. Okay.
Ronnie don't check in with me when he hires and fires. He runs his own department.
Okay, that's fair enough. My opinion, though, is you work for DA Armstrong, so you know a lot of what goes on over there in the DA's office and what should go on.
And confidentiality is the number one thing in this office.
Okay, hold up. Pump brakes. What the fuck did she just say? Hold on a minute. Can everybody just... Can what did Becky? Linda? What the fuck? Yo! Did I just... Becky, what the fuck? I didn't. No, y'all. I'm gonna rewind and play that. Again. I know. I know I did not just hear all that though. Did she just say what the fuck Oh, fuck. Hold on. No, I gotta have, just hold on.
Stuff I can't answer. I don't have a clue.
And
Ronnie don't check in with me when he hires and fires. He runs his own department.
Okay, that's fair enough. My opinion, though, is you work for DA Armstrong, so you know a lot of what goes on over there in the DA's office and what should go on.
And confidentiality is the number one thing in this office.
Well,
What the fuck she... You just had 2 phone calls, Becky, where you blew confidentiality all the way out the motherfucking water. Like, Becky, next you're gonna tell me your name is not Becky, but to call you, man, Jesus in heaven I pray. Bless her heart. Just bless her. Bless it. Bless it. Bless it. Becky, you just had a whole damn gossip section of like two days worth. And now you're saying, God, why don't you just say, that's some shit I don't want to answer and discuss. I'm scared. Whatever's the reality. Instead of saying confidentiality, because Becky, you just sound cray-cray, okay? Like, we got a padded room for you up here. For real. Lord. Okay. Let's see what she gonna say after that. I don't. Are we all ready? Oh my Lord. I mean, after the case of verbal diarrhea that you have had for the first call and this call, to have the audacity, the chutzpah, the kahunas, to say confidentiality is the number one. Becky. Damn. Okay. Done.
well, I don't know about that. But I know.
Okay, I gotta rewind. Got to rewind. Because we got to hear Smiley saying in line with that. She said, oh, I don't know about that. I got to rewind and hear that in the context. Because I'm going to get me a kiki again. I might get me 5 or 10 kikis in it, Becky. Because she done bumped her head. Shit.
I mean, I think you're asking me stuff I can't answer. I don't have a clue.
And
Ronnie don't check in with me when he hires and fires. He runs his own department.
Okay, that's fair enough. My opinion, though, is you work for DA Armstrong, so you know a lot of what goes on over there in the DA's office And what should go on.
And confidentiality is the number one thing in this office.
Well, I don't know about that. But I know.
Oh my God. She said, well, I don't know about that, but I know. Oh my God, y'all. Oh. She had to swallow that one down. Y'all heard it. She did. She had to swallow that one down. That's my girl though. Oh. She said, I don't know about that. Oh, seeking serenity up 9. Okay, okay, back to Smiley.
That something needs to be done in Summer's case. And I don't understand.
Okay.
I don't understand what y'all are doing to help in Summer's case is my issue.
I explained all this to you yesterday. If we have 500 complaints or tidbits or, all of that is researched and either, yes, it's something that we might can use or something that might lead to something else, or no, it's somebody killing time, running their mouth about things they don't know anything about.
Should y'all be on, because I trust y'all more actually than I do Hawkins County Sheriff's Department. Shouldn't y'all be on a tip line or something in case? Because you seem like you want to, you seem like you chase tips more than they do, I guess is what I'm saying. Can y'all handle getting calls for tips for Summer? I mean, I know it goes to TBI and Hawkins County, but I don't see people putting Hawkins County out there anymore just because of the shenanigans over there. But are y'all willing to take tips, or do you?
We don't have the personnel to handle tips.
Okay.
But if there is something that somebody knows, and you don't feel like you trust Ronnie, then God forbid, yes, call. I'll take the message and get it to the proper person.
Well, let me tell you something about a lot of people there. How long have you lived in that county? And can I ask that? That's a personal question, but can I ask that?
It is a personal question. I've lived here since 1970.
Okay. Then you should know, but you may not. There are many of local people there. I'm not afraid one bit. I'm trying to help these people, but there are a lot of local people there who are afraid to speak out, only because in their mind it's a kind of Ronnie Lawson mafia per se. I don't know how to dress that up any better, but they don't want to speak. They say Ronnie intimidates. He personally goes and intimidates in his own little way. There is corruption there. And a lot of people fear for their safety as well as their family safety. And a lot of stuff goes on, and I know you're not at the jail, so a lot of stuff goes on inside that jail. And, just a lot of people fear. They put the fear of God in them, whether it be blackmail, whether it be, just speaking out or something like that. And Ronnie runs his elections, of course, opposed. Nobody runs against him, so of course he's going to win. And, again, yesterday, that's what I was trying to get at, a lot of things with Brandon. He was asking me back and forth, but we won't even go into that. That don't make a difference. But, that's where a lot of people's coming from. And so they kind of need a voice. And that's kind of where I stand right now. But I'm just...
Where are you from, Katie?
I'm originally from Tennessee. That's not where I'm at right now, but I'm originally from Tennessee. And, I just kind of, I've took on, like I said,
see, she didn't deny none of that.
And I really want to help this little girl. I don't feel like
she didn't deny a damn thing I said about Ronnie
swept under the rug
or his mafia.
I promise you that I don't care what you feel, and I promise you that's not the case.
Well,
I'm sorry that you feel that way, but that is not the case. And, and I don't mean to be rude and I don't mean to cut you short, but I've got 2 officers standing here that need my help.
Okay, well, you go help them because I know they need help. I know they do. But you have a great day, and I hope everything went okay yesterday, and you have a great day, okay?
All right. Thanks, Kevin.
All right, bye-bye. You too, bye-bye.
Y'all,
Okay, y'all. There we go.
y'all, she sat there and let me tell her all about everybody being scared and all about intimidation and everything Ronnie does. And she did not say a word because she knows it too. She knows it too. She knows how he intimidates, how he blackmails. She knows everything too. She didn't interrupt. She didn't say nothing until I told her I felt like they were not looking into Summer Wells. That's when she said she don't care how I felt about that. They were. So there you have it.
Damn it, I've been sitting here talking. Yes, Smiley has cojones of steel. She sure does. She could interview anybody. She's the person, if you're building a team and you're cold calling, you want Smiley to be your cold caller. From a homeless man on the street to the president in the Oval Office, she's going to speak to them the same way, with the same courtesy, the same respect, and everything else just the same. She is a genuine individual. What you see is what you get. Straight up. I know when she says that she would take the side of right over blood, she means that. I know that she is a genuine, honest, honorable person. And I think that comes through when she calls people. I think it comes through to them. And that's why she gets more out of people. I think that's why people are willing to talk to her. That patience, that, because I'm trying to tell you, I wouldn't get nowhere. Mickey would have hung up on me after 2.5 seconds probably. Because I would have been like, Mickey, you a lying ass, full of shit. I would have made new curse words probably. So no, she wouldn't have talked to me. Yeah, she's about Summer. I will give her that 1,000,000%. Y'all, I am going to have to say good night so I can try to get a little bit of rest. Because my schedule is someone else's, if that makes sense. Again, thank you for supporting. Hit the thumbs up. We got a 99-cent membership, but watch videos all the way through. I do video uploads and shorts, as well as live streams. Go back and watch past videos. If you got a device you're not using, put it on play, y'all. You know, that's a free way to support the channel. You know what I mean? If you can, hit the Cash App or the PayPal or the Venmo or whatever. You know what I mean? But, you know, thank you guys at very least. Throw some prayers up for me and mine and what we're dealing with right now. Appreciate you guys for sticking around and being here and supporting and showing love no matter what. It means a lot. Not Mr. Smiley. Hello, antique little girl. I appreciate the replay crew. You guys, it's going to be random for now until I get the schedule worked out for when I'll be able to come on and do live. I'm going to be doing more shorts and video uploads than what I have been doing, just simply because I can do videos and shorts creating with my cell phone while doing other stuff and still provide y'all information in between the live streams. So I'm going to continue to follow the Shanquella Robinson story simply because it touches me. She's not much younger than my children's age, and it's right here in North Carolina. And I'm never going to forget Summer's story. Doesn't matter what anybody says or does. I'm always going to talk about Summer. My heart goes and prayers go out to Brandy and Tyler and the rest of Michael Vaughn's family and everything they must be going through. We as parents empathize and sympathize. Those that have never had the loss of a child will never be able to understand what you're going through, Miss Brandy. I wish that I could say that I'll never join that club. Yeah. Much love, peace, and light. See y'all soon. Another night. Justice for Summer Moon Utah Wells.